afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 77 of Swiss Army Sports. Today is July 16th in the Big 26. I'm your host, Will Spain, former long snapper for the Troy Trojans, Osprey Governors, and partially Houston Cougars. Joined by my side, former offensive lineman for the Hendrick College Warriors, current man of electricity.
And host of Streamer University is Hendrix University.
No kidding.
Yeah, or Hendrix College, excuse me, yeah.
Hendrix College is hosting
Streamer University. Like I said, and all of them are over there. I know. Like
I don't know how I feel about the whole
I saw it on
Streamer
Twitter
thing.
and I'm like, holy shit, that's my dorm. I was like in for half semester. So
Luke the Nuke Wallman, and joined virtually from hot Atlanta, Georgia, fresh from his trip back home to H-Town, down, the former kicker for the Houston Christian Huskies and Troy Trojans, current nephew of Georgia Tech men's basketball coach Scott Cross, Chase Cross. Guys, let's get right into the agenda. Little shout out to my boy Smiley. He's on the phone. He's on the pod for the first time, I guess.
Hi, Smiley.
There's a little beef in the room. Reasonable beef. I won't delve into the why, but reasonable beef. Smiley, I'm going to hang up in just a second, but let's see if we can get you on the mic. What do you think about the UFC card this past weekend?
No.
Can you hear it?
A little bit.
Patty the Batty, baby. I agree. Patty the Batty, we'll get into his 40-second submission of BSD. Hit the guillotine. I mean, he literally called it in the press conference before. I as a Patty fan, number one fighter, I was electric. Probably I'll holler at you after this, brother.
Bye, Smiley.
Cooler Bull as we kick off every episode. NASCAR picks at Echo Park results. Great finish to the Cup Series race in Atlanta.
I stay up till 2 a.m.
I didn't see it live. I have some comments about the finish. We'll get into it. NASCAR picks at North Wilkesboro. Cool retro track. Cool NASCAR's going to do a regular season race here. We have our FIFA World Cup Final. It's enough said about that. MLB midseason superlatives. UFC 329 results, as previously alluded to. New segment, courtesan session. Judge Will is presiding. I'm going to let these two boys dwell on this. They have no idea what I'm talking about right now. It's going to be a best of 5 series between Luke and Chase. I'm going to present a broad topic, and they are to sell me on their take on this topic.
What if we have the same take?
There will be a winner. Well, we're going to do, series to let us know who's going to go first and who's going to go second. So you'll have to pivot if you have a different take.
That's going to suck.
Yeah, so let's see who can think
shafted.
Let's see who can think quick on their feet. And then hot and not. So let's start off with Cooler Bull. Shit. Hold on. Yeah, bang is right. Let me stop sharing real quick. I forgot the most pertinent aspect of Cooler Bull.
I mean, this is the producer.
The big boy. Yeah, you know what? You're right. The producer. All right. The producer's supposed to be doing this.
When's the last
Not
time?
me. It's been.
Well, I mean, he's got the DCAT or whatever.
It's been a while.
But yeah, he's got the dental exam. It's very, very, I guess, okay to miss. So.
The new Home Run Derby format created a better product. I was a big fan of this year's Home Run Derby with the specific amount of swings, not outs, that you could not end on a home run.
Yes.
And that it wasn't timed and the entire thing wasn't a bracket format. I would have rather have seen the entire thing not be a bracket format. I would have liked to have seen the 4 go against each other and the top 2 advanced. It just goes for more home runs. But I think it was a better format because 1, you got to admire each and every hit. 2, I think the pressure was way bigger on the batters in the Home Run Derby with only a set amount of swings. And then 3rd, we got to see one of the greatest comebacks in Home Run Derby history with Jordan Walker, baby, winning the Home Run Derby over hometown hero Kyle Schwarber. So Cooler Bull. I'll go Chase then Luke. New Home Run Derby format created a better product.
What?
I'm gonna say Bull. I'm honestly, maybe you can call me a purist. I mean, I know y'all are loving it because Jordan Walker and everything, and that's great. Me personally, I actually kind of preferred the bracket format of it. Probably about 10 years ago. Back like when we were getting Stanton and Judge in the Home Run Derby. That was when I was really enjoying it and loving it before they've tried to change it. I don't think it's one of those tried old traditions that if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Granted, you know, it's baseball, so I think that I don't see why it's not a bad thing to just give them 4 minutes, no extra money rounds, and just have them go head to head and make it and see who makes it to the final, and that's the way that they did it, and that's the way that I really
Yeah.
grew accustomed to it and fell in
Actually, I
love
was
with
gonna
it, so I'm
say,
gonna say
I was
this
gonna
takes
kick it
Bull.
off by saying I think this is gonna be a uncontroversial take. I'm utterly astounded by Chase's
See,
Bull
I
pick.
kind of get the bracket,
I mean, I understand it, I
but
guess.
the time I think so.
So yeah, what's your take?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is cool because, like, obviously, your home run hitters are not in shape to go out there and swing for 4 straight minutes for 4 straight rounds or whatever it is. You're going to just try and hit absolute pissers and moonshots. That really benefits the hitter, and you get mashes. I know Judge is the longest, and that was in the timed round, but you did get to admire. It wasn't you hit a home run, halfway of it landing, you have to cut back to the plate and for him to hit the ball again. So I do think I'll disagree with 1 point for you. I think you need to go to the bracket in the second round because it doesn't reward the first round. It doesn't really reward if you go out there and hit the most home runs.
I get it.
So
Yeah,
I think you need the bracket, but
I get it.
I think this was one of the most entertaining home run derbies. And I'm not just saying Schwarber could have won. Schwarber put on an absolute clinic. I don't think this was if Walker isn't in it, Walker didn't win, it's still one of the most entertaining derbies of the last 5 years.
I
So
agree.
I'm cool on this take.
Luke, what's your take?
So I actually brought this up to Will the other week, and I'm very shocked I remember this. So anyways, my mind was wandering one day at work, and I think a red card should just be a 90-minute suspension. So say you get suspended in the 50th minute of a game. You get to come back in the 50th minute of the next game or the first substitution window of that next game. So that instead, like if you get a red card in the 15th minute, you got to miss all that game. Plus, potentially, is it all the next game?
It would be all the next game.
So all the next game. So instead, you can come back in at least at the half because I don't think you have a substitution window in the first half.
I mean, you can sub whenever you.
Oh, I thought they had like windows. I thought I read somewhere it's like the 60th, the 75th, and like the 85th minute window. They'll do like a. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah,
Chase?
I'm pretty sure you can sub whenever, but Chase, you clarify on this.
Claire.
Yeah, you can sub whenever. You get
Okay,
3
okay.
windows though, so you have 5 substitutions, but you can only sub 3 times. So if you use your 3 windows when another team, like if another team starts a sub window, you can sub on their window,
Okay, so if another
but
team were to start
you
subbing,
only
you
get
can
3
jump on
windows
window
where
and then
you
I
can
get you.
specifically sub.
Okay,
That's where what I saw that.
Okay,
But yeah, I think.
Yes. Let me check actually.
But anyway,
That was the rule. That they may
I
have
think
changed
if
it
you
for
get a
this
red card, you
tournament,
should
but
get a
that's been the rule
90-minute
in the
suspension
Prem.
instead of the
So let
whole
me
next
check.
game and whatever of the game that current game is. And I do not think extra time should count towards time off. I think it should be a 90 minutes of like full 90 play, not 90 plus. Like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm gonna go completely cool on this. It kind of follows somewhat of the targeting rule in college football, where like if it happens in the first half, you're only suspended till halftime, um, or you only spend the rest of the game. I mean, this makes complete sense. I mean, not all red cards are malicious. They're just sometimes bad plays. Now, yeah, some of them are malicious, and maybe
you can.
I mean, that's well. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's where like FIFA would come in and be like, he's suspended the next match. But I agree. I think the baseline should be a 90-minute suspension. There is no reason if you make a tackle a little bit too high, like Balogun did, and you're not suspended the entire game. I think that's just unjust punishment. Especially if it's a double yellow. Yeah, it just doesn't run me the right way. So I'm cool on this. Yeah, I remember when you brought this up to me. I'm pretty sure I told you I like that idea. Yeah. So
I'm shocked I remembered it.
I'm sure you. I mean, you have to be the soccer purist out of all of us. So, what is your take on this, Cooler Bull?
Well, I wanted to correct myself. So in club football, the rules vary, but in international football, so we'll just take it from a World Cup standpoint. You only get 3 windows, and they count no matter if another team is
Okay.
subbing. So you can only sub, but you can sub 5 players, but you can only sub during 3 periods, and you get an extra window and extra time. So that's the ruling there. But I like this take. I mean, I think that red cards, if it's not an egregious foul, could potentially be this, but I'm gonna say this is bull just for the fact that I think the way they have the red cards set up, it's for a truly egregious tackle. Now, what I will say is I think we're getting the word egregious
Yes.
like
Oh,
tackle or challenge
100%.
or foul or offense lost in translation. I think that a lot of like I think that a lot of red cards, especially what's been called in this tournament,
It's
like
the extra game.
this is the most red cards we've had in any World Cup ever. Granted, this has been the longest tournament ever, but I think that there's been a couple questionable red cards that, maybe VAR has come in and intervened. And so what I would maybe say is maybe give the coaches an ability to challenge the ruling or just have more officials in the VAR room, not just have just a subjected VAR official have maybe like do it how they do the replay center in New York for football, where it's a group of people instead of just one person really making the decision with the ref. Like I think the jeopardy of losing one of your players for the end of the game plus the next game, it's really harsh. So I wouldn't necessarily change the rules, but I think that we've got to
So I do
maybe
have a question. I
adjust
thought there were
what is a
3
red
refs
and
in the
what is not a
VAR, or
red.
is that just for the World Cup?
There are, but there's only one ref communicating with the on-field referee. So there's a video assistant, they call it the video assistant referee, and that's the only one that communicates with the on-field referee. And the
But
video
he said
assistant referee
visibility.
has two other
Yeah.
referees like watching the monitors and replays. But I'm saying it needs to be like a collective group decision, not just one person advising the referee. And then
Oh, yeah. No,
I
it's got
think
to
that
be
they
real
should
time. It's got
get
to be
rid of
real time. That's a
slow-mo
non-negotiable.
looking at this stuff. Like it's gotta be
Um,
in fast pace. Yeah.
okay,
That's
so
non-negotiable. So those are my two things that I think need to change when it comes to that.
you stole my nine.
Well,
It's in
I
there.
think Will's gonna like this one, but Thomas Tuchel had the
You think
I
you're
I
hot?
why it's mine not to. I'm still so hot about this. Um, Thomas Tuchel had the worst coaching performance, not in soccer history, in sports history. I was kind of racking my brain when I was thinking over what I was gonna put on Cooler Bull for this episode. And I was trying to think, I was like, when have we seen a coach so negatively impact his team that like it is jarring on the field or on the court or anything? And I couldn't really come to a time that was worse
Didn't make
with the
really any sense
stakes
when.
in this game and the way England were playing. So I just want to break it down, y'all. So through 60 minutes, England was either the better team or equally as good as Argentina. I think we can all agree on that. I think the whole soccer world can agree on that. There's no question. Through 60 minutes. Then England got the goal. And right after that, England just decided, one goal is good enough for us. We're just going to park the bus for the last 30 minutes of the game plus extra time. Some of the subs that were made were really questionable. And then just even the setup on defense. You sub on Nico O'Reilly with the presumption that he's going to man mark Lionel Messi, and you instead play him as a midfielder, and you leave Lionel Messi, one of the greatest players of all time, wide open on the wing to whip crosses in. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, there's a lot of questionable decision making. Like I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but
All over
you
there.
should. I feel like you should go down swinging instead of just like hoping and praying that you get by and get through to the next round. Like if it was me and I'm coaching the English
All
national
over
team,
there. You
like
can see
I'm
it.
subbing on Saka, subbing on Rashford, even Eze, like bringing some progressive passers on to try to go get that second goal because once you go 2-0 up against Argentina, that game's
Oh,
over.
thank you.
Like we saw what Spain did. Spain didn't try to sit back, even though they could have. They've given up 1 goal all tournament. But they went after France and got 2 goals, and then they could have scored a third. So that's what I just thought that Tuchel got it completely wrong in the second half
Yeah,
and
you can go.
cost
Yeah.
England probably their
I'm
best
gonna
chance to make a
agree
World Cup
just
final.
because they lost and they blew it. I was unable to watch it because I was at work. So I'm gonna give the floor to Will.
This is the coolest take we've had on the podcast so far. Chase said he was disgusted. You can only imagine how I felt. I didn't talk for a couple hours. Um, Felt like I had my heart ripped out. As soon as they scored the first one, I knew the second one was imminent. because of the substitutions. You hit it right on the head. The average possession after that goal was 12% for England. And that was all coaching. Played completely back. I mean, literally played all 11 men behind the ball. I mean, let's chase and let's hit on this. Let's talk about these substitutions. And I'm just going to tell you what I think about them. Bring on Konza for Gordon is fucking atrocious. Atrocious in the 72nd minute. Konza's been bad all tournament. Gordon has been an absolute bright spot.
Atrocious. And Konza's
And
been bad all
defensively
tournament,
in this
too.
tournament for England. And you take him off. He had our fucking goal. And you
Yes.
took him off. He is a bright spot for this English national team. He is going to be a contributor for the next 10 years. And you took him off with 18 minutes plus stoppage time left in the game. And this is after you've already literally fucking just parked the bus. This works, Chase, against Panama. This works against Ghana. This works against Senegal. Mexico even. Yeah, it worked against Mexico. This does not work against
Mexico
Argentina.
even.
England outclassed Argentina for 60 minutes. 60 minutes. They dominated this game. And I have no idea. As someone who coaches sports, if something is working so well, just because the scoreline changed, why the hell do you change it? Why do you go away from it? It makes no sense. The only substitution that made sense was bringing on Big Dan Burn. I mean, he's your late defender. I mean, even having him offensively on the
I
bench
agree.
was huge because he's 6'7" and he can get up in the box. He is the only substitution that made sense. Nico Riley, I think, has been absolutely just pissed. He's been pissed this entire tournament. Declan Rice is honestly, he had a rough first game. He has come on. He was in good form.
Yeah.
Don't understand it taking Declan off. Bring on
He's just been injured and sick, and I mean, he's played 80 games this season, so his legs are done. So I understand.
But it all starts with this constant sub.
But
I mean, it really
man,
does.
like,
And then obviously the subs at the end you had to make. You
on.
had to bring on Marcus Rashford for
Yeah,
Jed Spence.
it does.
Who, by the way, Jed Spence is going to be another future player for England. Like he is going part of this future for England. I'm completely surprised and satisfied with how he performed in this World Cup. Sucks that John Stones got hurt too. I mean, it just it felt like I counted my chickens before they hatched. I'll be honest with you. I definitely thought we were moving on. Especially when it reached the 80th minute, even though we were in this park the bus thing, I saw the pressure that England was giving up to Argentina. I saw the lanes, I saw the chances, and for some reason I thought, you know what, Jordan Pickford's bailed us out to this point. Why won't he now? And he really did. This could have been 4-1. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Jordan Pickford should not get any of the blame. I know Jude Bellingham mouthed that it was in the middle of the goal. Should he have saved it? Probably, but he had also saved 2 or 3 chances that he shouldn't have saved. So,
he should have. He should have.
Yeah.
Agreed.
None of this blame.
And he kept him in the tournament versus Mexico.
And go on Jordan.
I agree.
Jordan
he should have saved
entire tournament.
It
could be his last World Cup, realistically. I think Trafford will be on the squad next time around from Newcastle. I mean, starting wise. Brutal.
Well, starting,
I'm a fan of the Three Lions. Do I think Tuchel deserves to lose his job? No. I don't. I think he had a good tournament up until this moment. You hate to say the lights got too bright for the guy. It was just typical overanalyzing, in my opinion. I think he overanalyzed the situation and tried to make a crafty move that he thought. I mean, you people are human. I mean, you make mistakes. But this was fucking atrocious. And the FA should at least review it. I mean, they should review it. They need to interview him.
Atrocious.
Yeah, I know. But
I want to let you know they already have signed him till 2028.
We'll see if he's the gaffer in 2030. I think we win the Euros, and I think we win the Euros.
I doubt it. My prediction, he doesn't last through the Euros.
Would that be Kane's
it's probably going to be Kane's last tournament. I could see him playing in 2030, not in the role that he is now for sure.
Off the bench, sort of
probably off the bench.
Like
but I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
well, you'll have prime Jude Bellingham though, Will, and the next
Jude Bellingham's young.
26-year-old Jude
Young.
Bellingham.
But there's always a spot for Harry Kane, Chase, and you know that. I mean, he is. I mean, he probably is the greatest striker in England football history. I mean, he's up there. Especially in the modern era. I think
he's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. In the modern era, there's no question.
Argument,
it's just Bobby Charlton's the only one that you could say.
It's also two completely different games. I mean,
because
it really is.
He's got a World Cup.
Like
that's the only thing.
We'll get into arguments later.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on, guys. This is fucking brutal, Chase. I know you were feeling it too. I mean, it was even when my parents come home and you go, "Damn, I'm sorry."
Brutal.
Like that's when I know I've lost a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
And when my dad passed me on the shoulder and he goes, "Man, thought y'all had it."
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, me too. Yeah, I really did. I mean,
I thought we had it too, man.
We need to go win third place, point blank period. Got it, best finish since 19. I will take the best finish since '66. Third place, the best finish
100%.
since '66. So I will take it, especially against a France squad of that quality. Do I think either team wants to play the game? Not at all. But I do think England will get up better for this game than France will.
France already got one.
They've already got one, and I like the attitude of this England squad. That the World Cup this year. Anyway, Focus Top 250 in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Chase, man, Allgaier, he's a demon in Atlanta. He is on a roll, and here's the thing: I really enjoyed the race.
He's on a roll
at Echo Park. Ever since they repaved this track, it's become one of my favorite tracks. I went with who did I go? Yeah, I went with Corey Day. He wrecked out pretty early. He came in 32nd. Luke, always Shelton Creed. 25th, wrecked out. So tough weekend for me and Luke, but hey, good weekend for Chaser as we move on to the Cup Series race, which let's get into this finish. My boy, Carson Hocevar, was winning. He was leading into the last lap. Bubba Wallace got behind him, started pushing him. And then in typical Bubba Wallace fashion, nothing against the guy. I mean, look, he actually, and this is something I said, which is rare to ever hear me compliment the guy. He's a good driver, and he's got a fast car. He's a good racer, excuse me, and he's got a fast car. He can't be up front. He's allergic to being up front. I want you to watch this finish whenever you have the time. He goes up high, leaves Hocevar up to dry, which is fine. There were cars coming in, and he completely swerves back down to try to get back underneath Hocevar, misses, goes beneath the double yellow line. So if he would have made a pass, he would have been disqualified. So he has to let up. It forces Carson. I think he got the rear of him, to be honest with you. Forces him to the middle, and we come in fourth. All that to say, I came in fourth this week with my Carson Hocevar pick. Luke, man, I really thought this was actually the week for Kyle Larson. He unfortunately came in 34th.
Yeah, I think that left that on. Wait, he came in 34th.
He did.
13th in this.
Yeah, he finished with some damage. And then the 9 car of Chase Elliott came in 13th. Not a bad run for Chase. He just didn't really have the car all weekend.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, as you can see, Luke just saw Larson run into the wall. Yeah, so Quaker State 400, good race, damn exciting finish. Congrats to Ryan Blaney, though. He's one of the drivers I like, so can't be too mad.
Got a killer stash.
He has a fucking great mustache. Hey, so Craftsman Truck Series this weekend. The Jesus is Lord Faith Fest 250 at
most NASCAR.
That is so
American
NASCAR. I love
thing
it.
ever.
Hell yeah, Jesus is Lord. Amen. At North Wilkesboro. Look, man, the truck field is loaded. We've got Flying Ryan Newman back this week for the trucks. I'm excited about all that. But Chase, whenever Hocevar's in the trucks, I mean, he's gonna win the damn race. Give me the 77. You agree with me?
100% every time Hocevar is in the trucks. It feels like almost every time he wins it. He's obviously one of the best young drivers in the sport right now, but I mean, you get him. I mean, he's going to dominate the trucks, especially with that caliber of driver down there. So, I mean, anytime we've talked about it, anytime there's a cup guy that races in the trucks, it's
Luke,
usually a pretty
Gio
good result.
Yeah,
But especially
I always
with
like to be a
Hocevar.
truck series guy. Ever since he's 5th in the rank, ever since I picked him, he has not won. He's due to it's my Sheldon Creed of trucks. He's due to win.
Let's go.
So,
And for the Cup Series Window World 450, Luke, I'm on board with you last week.
which one?
This fits
Oh, yeah.
Larson. This track fits Larson. He's ran well here before. He's a damn good race car driver. He keeps getting caught up in some bullshit. Yeah, go back. Anyway, I'm sure you saw it. I mean, this shit.
I saw the. Hold on.
Yeah, so he's pushing him. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've got Larson. Hey, you're going with Bell this week, though. Good pick.
Yeah, I think Bell. I mean, he's kind of been the same sort of thing Larson has. He's been getting caught up in all this bullshit, and he just hadn't been able to Obviously, I think he finished pretty well this last weekend, but just in general, he's been wrecked out a bunch of times this season. I think he gets on this win in the win column here at the Window World 450.
Chase, all reliable. He's been in a slump.
And he's in second.
All reliable.
He's
Hadn't
gotten
won in a
passed in the
couple.
standings, which is
well,
nuts.
It's been about. Yeah, he's been in a slump. I think he breaks out of it, especially with the car. Yeah, I know. He hasn't won, I think, about 10 races, 10, 12 races now. I don't know the exact number, but it's been a good deal. He hasn't won since the spring. So I think my boy Tyler Reddick needs to get back on track. 2311's not been as successful as of late as we saw earlier in the season. So it'd be nice,
Yeah, we need to
for
see
Tyler
that.
Reddick to get back up there and have
FIFA
a
World
have a
Cup
good finish and
Final,
maybe get a win.
This is
I want to lead with this. I've been seeing all this crap because I've gone down a rabbit hole. Apparently, there are these islands off the coast of Argentina.
oh my god, you don't know about the Falkland Islands?
Yeah, no, I don't. And they had this flag. Yes, and they had the flag. And I do remember the last.
You
World
just
Cup,
found out about it?
Whole deal with you can't make political statements.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they've already came out. They're gonna punish them. I mean, they're gonna punish them after the World Cup, obviously,
So then what's the point?
because it's Argentina. They're gonna get punished after the World Cup.
Well, that's so dumb.
I will make.
And they didn't punish Spain during like important matches. Like FIFA has a history of not
I
punishing
will
these
make this statement.
guys
The
during
Falkland Islands are
matches that
British
actually
territory.
mean
Yeah.
something.
If at the time the Falklands.
Agreed. Because Argentina
the
wasn't even a
Falkland
nation
and
when
I
yeah,
can buy their whole
an
country.
Argentinian peso is less than a Fortnite V-Buck. So I just want to.
Yeah.
So here's a picture of Lionel Messi with Lamine Yamal, which is this brings out the worst of the conspiracy theorists in me.
Insane.
I mean, this is absolute complete horseshit. I'm gonna be completely honest.
How do you know the dude's gonna be good though? That's insane.
Chase, you gotta let me know. Is he a son of somebody?
Well, Lamine Yamal, no. So Lamine is actually his parents are immigrants from Morocco, and they were only allowed to stay in Spain because they were taken in by two people whose first names were Lamine and Yamal, and so that's where his last name came together was from those two people. And he actually got put up because his family is obviously pretty poor, and this UNICEF like advert, like it's a calendar where all the Barcelona players would like take pictures with these babies, and of course Lionel Messi bathes the baby goat Lamine Yamal, which is, I mean, it's crazy how everything's just tied together. But this kind of came out, I think, like 2 years ago. This picture, but it's just crazy that they're going to meet in a World Cup final for the first time playing each other. This Lamine Yamal has come out and said Messi's his idol, and I just think this is,
incredible.
I mean, incredible script writing by FIFA. You got to give him credit. It's complete. It's
if
scripted.
Argentina
Like,
hadn't ripped a couple
I mean,
bangers,
just for
brother,
Argentina to get to this point, like, I
You
think
know
we can
there's
say
gonna be a
that
penalty.
England was the cleanest game that they played. I mean, England was the cleanest game without all the crazy stuff happening, and there was still like Enzo Fernandez punching
also
Elliot Anderson
saw
in the back, Jude Bellingham
Bellingham.
getting tackled by Paredes, and even Lionel Messi. So I don't know, but this is still an incredible picture. Like, how are these two players? Like, Lamine
Yeah,
Yamal could go
also
down as
saw
the top 20
Bellingham,
player
which-
of all time with the greatest of all
What all
time. It's just
my-
incredible.
Real like deep dives of getting into soccer seems pretty mild mannered. And I
Yeah,
saw
no,
him absolutely
they
lose his
forgot he
shit.
knows Spanish. He knows Spanish, and they forgot he knows Spanish. And that dude said something to him in Spanish.
Yeah.
and Jude Bellingham
Yeah.
responded in Spanish.
Yeah, that
So
I want to put it out there too
racist.
that
Yes, I do know that. Yeah.
Argentinians are
Well,
typically
we saw
known
the
for being
speech.
extremely racist. Extremely. Like they just had a massive issue with Vinny Jr. and this Prestiani who was an Argentinian national team player. I don't know if he made the roster, but he like they are known for being extremely racist, extremely
Well,
classless. Like you can just see
I
it
do
on the
want to say
field.
this.
Not to generalize anything, but it typically that's the typical Argentinian soccer player just in the world, minus Lionel Messi. Like Lionel Messi has been the opposite of that. Like, humility and everything. Like he's been fantastic. But, your typical
And
role
like
player,
if you
Argentina
look at all the
player is
fan stuff,
typically
because
a little
Speeds has had
classless.
multiple times at he's had multiple like the dude's calling him the N word.
Yeah, you saw them
And he
throwing
wears an
water bottles at
Argentinian
him and
Argentinian jersey or whatever. Like he's had multiple interactions with Argentina fans that have been just super racist. So and then like I think who'd they play? Maybe it was the England thing when they were being really racist in Atlanta. I saw some clip of them saying some stuff.
yeah, the Argentinians are known for this. They're known for
So-
dirty play. They're just fuck the Argies.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm
I
not
think
picking
I think
Argentina.
3/4 of the world
Wow.
is kind of
I'm-
leaning the same way
no
we
one-
are too.
No,
I'm shocked.
no, you're not.
I'm not.
Oh,
Third
shit.
place pick, real quick. I think England gets it done. They're the more motivated squad. 2-1.
It is fuck the French, so I'll go 3-1 England.
Chaser. Oh
Did he lag out?
no, he's doing something.
The dog was barking.
Brother,
My fault.
third place for West Game.
I'm gonna go 3-0 Spain. Spain has been Oh,
Hey, there we go.
appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna say 2-1 England. I think that here's my logic here. I think that England probably has a little bit more to play for here. France just lost their center back to injury. I don't think Mbappe really will turn up for a third place match. Don't think like I don't even know if they'll play their starting 11. I'm just not expecting a ton from France. Now, the same could be said.
Stones will
England, I don't
sit,
know if Declan Rice
Rice
plays
will
in this
sit,
game. I don't know if some players like that, but I do
I'd like
think
to see
England
I'd like to see Dan Burn get some minutes, dude. I mean,
Saka will probably sit, but I do think England turns up for this game. I still think it'll be a good fun watch in Miami.
yeah, World Cup Final,
And
Spain, Argentina.
I think
I've got
England
it 3-2 Spain.
will get it done.
From a tweet I saw. Probably gonna bet it. So I refuse to pick the Argies. Look,
I've got it. I think we're getting another script. It's going to be 2-2 Spain and PKs.
okay, Chase.
This is going to be a crazy take for me. I actually think it's going to be the same scoreline of the last game for Spain. I think it's going to be 2-0. Spain has just looked
Cucurella,
unreal
man.
defensively. The Kubarsi-Laporte partnership has been fantastic for him. Rodri has been
Cucurella has been
unreal, unplayable. Even Mark Cucurella, who I will go on record, I hate Cucurella, but man, he's had a great tournament. Pedro Porro scoring goals. I mean, they don't their defensive line has been fantastic with Rodri sitting right in front of it, and Fabian's done his part as well. And then I think, they have so much creative players going forward. Lamine Yamal, even though he, like numbers wise, has not had the best tournament, still been the creative driving force. Oyarzábal continues to get on the score sheet. For me, even coming in and I mean Ferran Torres, not for me. Ferran Torres even coming in and hasn't been scoring but is still creating opportunities. I think Nico Williams will play a big part in this final, and I think that, I think De La Fuente is gonna have to make some big time decisions on um if he's gonna start Fabian or Pedri, but I think that this Spain team is even a level above Argentina. And I think the winner of France Spain was always going to win this final,
I
but
disagree with that personally, but
I think Spain
I
handles
think
them
England,
2-0.
if they would have advanced, would have won the entire thing. It would have been destiny at some point. Michael also picked Spain. Mid-season, MLB superlatives. I love this slide the producer throw in here. Overachievers, underachievers, and World Series winners. I thought the overachiever part could have gone to either
A bunch of teams.
It could have gone to a bunch of teams.
White Sox could have been in there too.
I was going to go with the Rays. I mean, they
Rays
are
could have been
obviously an overachiever. They were picked last in the AL East. But I'll go with the team that was picked last in the NL Central. The St. Louis Cardinals are 50-45 at the break, guys. 8.5 games back of first place in the Central. And let me see what they're doing in the wild
I think they're
card. One back of the wild card. So, I mean, this is – and Miami's due to fall off. Hopefully. But you know, I'm super shocked with how well the pitching has held up. You know, yes, they have their moments, but it has held up past expectations.
Mhm.
And then two, I mean, the youth in the lineup has been absolutely unbelievable for St. Louis. Luke, you're also going with the Cards for your overachiever.
Yeah, their win total was 69.5 for the year. They're already at 50. I mean, it is a complete overachieving deal, especially because, I mean, Jordan Walker was not supposed to be what he's supposed to be. JJ Weatherholt was supposed to be good. JJ Weatherholt was not supposed to win the Platinum Glove potentially. I mean, he's going to win the Golden Glove at second base. He's one of the best defenders in baseball. Another name is oh my God, who's Burleson. Burleson wasn't supposed to be this good. You have Herrera, who's getting on base at a 350 plus clip. I mean, you got all these guys offensively. Michael McGreevy's pitched very well this year. You've had a few bright spots in the bullpen. I mean, even though Riley O'Brien hit Caminero the other night, still's got a 3.4, and he's second. I think he's fourth in saves in the NL. I'm pretty sure he's like tied for fourth. So maybe he's all of MLB. He's been really good. I mean, you've got some guys that have produced. Now, yes, you have the Staniks, you have the Dustin Mays, but like, you've gotten guys produce. You have Nathan Church, who has surprised some people. He's hitting 260 and playing some great defense. So, which we have not had a center fielder who can hit for a decent minute now. So, I think Cardinals are overachievers, especially since they were supposed to be a bottom 5 team in baseball.
Chase, I completely agree with your pick as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to go St. Louis Cardinals across the board, even though I think that's the clear choice. I actually went with the Marlins because if you look at what they've done this year, like yes, they're still third in the NL East, but this is a division that's honestly probably the best division in baseball this year. Um, and they've just been absolutely fantastic. The emergence of Otto Lopez has been fantastic for them, and Max Myers pitched really well. Sandy Alcantara, we knew what was going to happen with him. Um, is has been pretty solid as well, and this is just a Marlins team that has continued to win. I mean, you're looking at them entering the All-Star break, 52 wins, 45 losses. Like, I don't know many people that had the Marlins above 500 in
Underachievers
going into the All-Star break.
Clear cut for me. I was pretty big on this Padres team preseason. They have not delivered at all. I mean, it has been a very underwhelming year for the Padres. I mean, Fernando Tatis leads the team in average at 277 for anyone over 30 at bats. I mean, the pitching has also not delivered for the Padres as well. I mean, well, let's look at it's just it's just kind of piss poor all across the board. They're not terrible. They're 48-48. I just expected a lot more. I mean a lot more out of this San Diego side. So I'll just cut straight to Chase, who obviously agrees. As a Padres fan, y'all have underachieved this year.
Absolutely kind of at this point of the season, with the way we started and the vibes that we started through the first 2 months of the season where we were first place in the NL West ahead of the Dodgers and we were walking off guys, hitting grand slams, the fall off in May, and then that carried into June and July's been a little bit better. We played a little bit better ball in July, but May and June were just absolutely atrocious. Granted, we're still sitting at around 500 now, but the bats, I mean, if you look at our lineup on paper, not with what they produced this year, but if you look at the guys 1 through 9 that we have, no, we don't have a better lineup than the Dodgers, but every other team in the league we can compete with that lineup. And if you just look at the guys that haven't produced, like, you can get on Tatis for maybe not hitting as many bombs, but hitting 280, I mean, he's up there in the top 30. I think he ranks in batting average. He's still getting on base, still driving runs in. So can't really be mad at Tatis as much. But you look at Manny Machado, one of our big money guys. Granted, has 19 home runs, but is hitting 203 currently. Um, that's just not going to get it done, unfortunately. Like that's not going to get it done. And then you look at like a guy that broke out last season, over the last 2 years, really, in Jackson Merrill, that has tremendously struggled this year, hitting 219. Xander Bogart's a big money guy that was hitting good to start the season, 224. Um, like you just go down the list and you look at it, Ty France has been probably our best hitter this season. You got Jake Cronenworth on big money hitting 196. I mean, it's really bad. And then when you talk about the pitching, there's not a single, I mean, outside of Mason Miller and the bullpen, like the pin's been solid, but you look at the starting pitching, I mean, it's just been absolutely atrocious for the Padres for the most part. Like when you look at like a guy like Michael King has been pretty solid for us this year. But outside of that, Walker Buehler's got a 5.3 ERA. Vasquez has a 4.7. Canning has a 6.4. I mean, those are your starting rotation, and the only guy that's really delivering quality starts pitches once out of 5 times every week. So Padres are definitely, they're still in the hunt to make the playoffs. They're only 2.5 games
Yeah, Luke, I almost went
out of
with
the
yours, to
wild
be honest
card,
with
but
you.
tremendous underachiever.
You're underachiever.
Yeah, mine's the New York Mets. I mean, kind of was a little shaky coming in because of the defensive aspect. I still thought they'd be able to hit, but they're spending they've spent some of the most money in baseball, and they're 41-57. They got no probably shot of getting into the wild card in this loaded NL. I mean, you look at their pitching staff. I mean, you sign your big signings, right? Freddie Peralta, your 4.66 ERA. Noah McLean's like your rookie stud. He's got a 3.5, which is whatever. Sean Manna, you're one of your fifth starters, 4.5. Like all your starters have been pretty bad. Let's see. I know Luke Weaver has been good this year. They got him in a trade or something. But Devin Williams, another guy you traded for, 4.6 ERA. Like all these pitchers that big time money you've spent have not been good. Now let's go to the bats. You got Bo Bichette. He's hitting 250, which that is, you did not spend league average money on Bo Bichette. You spent money on Bo Bichette. He's only got 10 bombs. That he has been piss poor this year. You got Jorge Polanco. You also traded for him and were aggressive. Now he has not played as much. He's hitting 169 when he plays. You got Luis Roberts, 224. Obviously Soto's an all-star, but you're terrible on defense. You don't really have a good first baseman defensively, and it is shown in a bunch of these games. Like you throw a simple thing to a first baseman where a college level, maybe even elite high school level third or first baseman could pick, and they're not picking. I mean, you had to call up a center fielder to try and play first. It's insane. I mean, honestly, with the amount of money they've spent, I mean, I didn't even mention Lindor. I don't even know how Lindor's doing. Yeah, Lindor's hitting 210. Let's see. Yeah, he's played 40 games. He hadn't played nearly enough games, but he's hitting 210. It's just honestly with the amount of money, it'd be like the Dodgers being 500 right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like that's the like kind of level they're at, and you got to feel for the Mets fans. You got to feel for Frank the Tank, but I mean it's been so bad in Queens.
World Series winners. Let's keep this quick. Look, they're 18 games above 500. I really do think they're going to make some moves at the deadline. I think Adley Rutschman is going to be a Tampa Bay Ray, as I think Tarek Skubal will be. It's going to be obviously Tampa Bay cannot afford to pay these guys long term. I think these are more rentals. They are trying to push all their chips in and get a championship for Tampa. I also think this is pertinent in terms of building the new stadium and keeping the team in Tampa would be winning a World Series. So I think Tampa Bay's going to go all chips in. I think their ownership knows how pertinent it is to do extremely well this season, especially given the momentum they already have. So yeah, give me the Rays. Luke, who you got?
Everyone my preseason pick, and strictly because I do think the Yankees will buy more than y'all. I think they are willing to spend money, so they are willing to get more. And I'm not like the Rays might, yes, they might go get Rutschman. They will not get both. I really don't think they will, just because they're so conscious of their like small ball. I mean, it's a small market team. I don't think they're gonna like go all out. I think they'll get one of those guys. I don't think they'll get both, but I think the Yankees will
I
sell.
think one.
Yeah, but I think the Yankees are going to end up selling at deadline. I think Judge will turn it on at some point. He had not been good, but you've had Ben Rice, he might have not done well in the Derby, but he's been really fucking good this whole year. So,
Not a big fan of Ben Rice.
but Bellinger's been really good. They've had some really good pieces, and if they can just like kind of get their starting pitching figured out a little bit, they're going to be dangerous. So,
Chase, I can't believe you did this.
well, it's because they're going to sell it.
Who was your World Series winner?
Well, I assume we're gonna buy. We've been traditional buyers at the deadline. And it always turns our season around. Like we came into the All-Star break around 500 last year too. And it's the same story every year. AJ Preller goes out and gets guys.
Giving them all
Don't
up.
really know what assets we have to trade right now. Um, but I mean,
Would you be willing to
we
trade
have a
Fernando
couple like
Tatis
we have a
for three
couple prospect pieces
players
that we
of
could get rid
his,
of.
like that would equal up to his equivalent and make your team more well-rounded and potentially win more?
I mean, it depends on how many years of control we have. I mean, really, honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I would consider it. Tatis has been my favorite player in baseball since he's come into the league and played for the Padres. Like, I absolutely love him, but he's the only guy that I think presents any real value. Like, I don't think anybody's taking Machado on current form with his deal. Jackson Merrill just signed a massive deal and has struggled. So I don't think that there's any guys that we can really move off of and get a really good return for. I think he's the only one that you can get a good return for, but he's also, I still believe, I think he's a top 10 defender in the sport, if not top five. And if he can figure his bat out to what he was in 2021 and parts when he came back from his suspension, I still think this is a top 15 player in baseball. So not quite ready to part with him, but I
Chase,
think
I'm
that
gonna
moves need to be made and
kind of
they
throw this out
need
there.
to
You've
be
got one
made
top
quickly.
100 prospect with Eason Salas, who is 20 years old. You've got no other prospects that are really. Oh, he is a
Yeah.
dog, but I'm just saying you've got no
He's a
other
dog. I mean,
prospects out of A.
I know that's what I'm saying. Solace is the only
So,
one. I don't think he's as highly
oh
touted as he
yeah, no,
was
he was
like a
really.
couple
I
of
agree
years
with
ago
you.
when we signed him from the international league. I think he was a lot more highly touted. He struggled a little bit in Double A, so I don't even. I mean, I know one of our high school guys, if he does sign with us, is pretty like our first round draft pick this year was pretty highly touted as well. So maybe it's something like that. But I mean, in terms of prospects, not really looking at that. It's going to be somebody from our active roster, which I mean, we'll just see. Maybe somebody wants to take a flyer on
UFC
Machado, and we can
329
get a
was an
little bit
absolute
younger. So
banger of a
we'll see.
card. Let's kick it off. Me and Chase got this one right with King Green coming out of the woodwork. Said he was just warming up. Gets a first round TKO at the bell against Terrence McKinney. McKinney was absolutely dominate this fight. Cut King Green up. King Green, man, body shots. He probably broke his rib. I haven't heard any confirmation about anything, but he knocked him out with body shots. Big win for King Green. The win streak continues. What did y'all think of this fight, Luke and Chase?
Oh, it was absolutely insane. I mean, these two dudes. It was a full-on street fight. I mean, it was awesome. You watched the first. You watched 90% of that round. You think Terrence McKinney is the greatest fighter on planet Earth. He absolutely beat the shit out of King Green. And then for some reason, the tables just turned and he started talking crap and he started beating his ass. And it was awesome. I mean, this dude is literally Unk and he is going on a huge string of wins right now. It's pretty cool to see.
Chase.
Well, I thought McKinney. I picked King Green and bet King Green. We were doing a little UFC thing, and so I put money on King Green too. Like I thought he was going to win this fight, and then when I see McKinney, the way McKinney came out in that
Yeah.
fight, I was like, oh my gosh, I just made a donation.
How we all.
Through the first 4 minutes of the first round, I mean, it was all McKinney, and then it just looked like he gassed out a little bit. Um, and King Green, like you said, he was talking shit, and then
I
really
kind of
really
was
got it
too.
going. I was shocked that they stopped the fight when they did. I thought it was gonna for sure go to round two. I was like, oh wow, they stopped it. Like I thought it was the end of the round, but I mean, King Green finished
Our
fantastically.
next fight
Great
was an
great
absolute
win
banger.
for
It
him, and
was
he
fight
continues
of the
rolling.
night between Brandon Royval and Loner Kavanaugh. The flyweight bout went all 3 rounds. Um, Unanimous decision for Royval. I mean, and this has proven time and time again that Brandon Royval can just throw hands with anybody. He kept Loner Kavanaugh at a distance. He just looked much bigger in the ring than Loner did. He Loner had his moments. I thought he may have won round two.
But the third
But the
round,
third round was just utter domination by Royval. I think Royval. I mean, this was a huge win for him to kind of resubmit himself in terms of flyweight title contention, especially if you just bring it back to that absolute banger he had with Joshua Van. So, hey, what y'all think of this fight? We both got it wrong, Chase, but man, really impressed with what I saw of Brandon Royval. And I still do think Leonard Kavanaugh is going to be a great flyweight fighter. It just wasn't his night. Brandon Royval is just still a dog. Luke and Chase, what y'all think about this one?
yeah, I thought it was a kind of a shocking fight with how it was described. Y'all were describing it how he should have probably dominated, but Roy Val just proved he got that dog in him, and he
Oh wait! Fuck! I'm
did
so
he submit him?
yeah. He
Yeah,
submitted him.
that's what I was about to say.
I was literally thinking about
I was about to say
Yeah, it was
I'm
a
pretty
Yeah,
submission.
sure,
It was a
please
rear
cut
naked
in.
choke.
It's been a long
I was
day,
gonna say
guys.
that I didn't want to cut
but
in,
yeah,
but
I
the
mean,
next
No,
one was
that
the
submission and oh my god, it's all coming. That sub in the third round was
yeah,
fucking insane.
I know.
And Roy Bell is such a dog. I mean, yeah, I was totally thinking about Bautista Sandhagen
unreal.
beforehand.
This was for sure fight
Yeah,
of the night.
no, Roy, dude. Oh my god, yeah, Brandon Roy Val, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna
What a
say. I was thinking
boss.
you're thinking
I was definitely thinking about the first 2 rounds correctly, but yeah, dude, getting that sub in the third round, he was gonna win, but anyway. But
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Brandon, yeah,
he
continue anyway.
dominated because I do think he Kavanaugh. I think he did have the second round where he knocked him down a few times.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be able to get the
And
finish.
that was the where we thought the tables had turned. And he said, "Not so fast, not so fast." And he ended up freaking subbing him. And I mean, he beat the shit out of him the whole third round too, and had him on the ground. And like, it was a great showing from Morval that proves he was just still a dog in that division.
Chase.
Yeah, I actually thought Kavanaugh showed a lot of heart in this fight. I just thought Roy Val should his experience showed through, and he's a dog, man. I mean, I think a lot of people had Kavanaugh favored in this fight, and Royval just really took it to him, especially the third round. That submission was absolutely brutal, and he pieced him up too. I thought his takedowns were great too. I thought Kavanaugh just was a little bit outclassed on the ground, and that rear naked choke to end the fight was absolutely fantastic. I think that Kavanaugh was kind of in trouble that entire third round, especially when it
Finally,
got on
we
the
had,
ground,
or
and
not finally, next in the bantamweight
Royval
division, we
was
had Corey Sandhagen
fantastic
versus
in
Mario
this fight.
Bautista. Bautista won by unanimous decision. I thought this was a complete and total robbery. I thought this was a robbery. I thought Corey Sandhagen won the first 2 rounds, and if you look at the statistics, it would back it. Yes, Bautista did get that takedown late in the first round, but was outstruck significantly by Sandhagen. Sandhagen completely was the better fighter in round two. I mean, even either or, it should have been unanimous. Round three absolutely went to Bautista. It was very dominant.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Court Sandhagen won this fight. But credit to Mario Bautista, man. He still got it in him, and he is truly making himself a force to be reckoned with in this bantamweight division. But again, I really thought Sandhagen won the fight. Luke and Chase.
Yeah, it was pretty. I'm not gonna say it was boring, but on the grand scheme of things for this entire card, it was a very boring fight. And I also kind of think Sandhagen should have been split. I think it should have been split, but I don't know if UFC judges do this. What is it like the fact that he won it the third round
You're not
so
supposed to, yeah.
emphatically that he won? I mean that might have been some case of it, but I mean it's still congrats to Batista. I mean beat Corey Sandhagen, which that division's just kind of all mucked up anyways. So you're just trying to get that to lead that maybe to fight a top three guy. But that's a good win for Batista.
Chase, what'd you think of it? Yeah, I agree.
Absolute robbery. I thought Sanhagen. See, I think the judges took it off the third round. Like, obviously, if we're talking about who won by the biggest regard, like, I think everybody would have scored that last round 10-8 to Bautista, but Sandhagen won the first 2 rounds clear as day. And the way I've been taught UFC scoring is it's round by round. It doesn't matter what happens in each round. It's round by round. So Sandhagen won the first two, and obviously Bautista pieced him up in the third. But man, I just was shocked that that's the way the decision went. Like I think everybody was kind of shocked because I didn't think Bautista really presented anything until the third round. I thought Sandhagen was smart, especially in the first 2 rounds and how he approached Bautista, and I'm sort of lost for words. I think that that was pretty egregious refereeing.
Co-main
Especially
event,
for it to be
Patty
a
the Batty
unanimous decision,
Pimblett
I thought that
sleeps
was complete
Benoit
horse
Saint
crap.
Denis with a Darce choke in 52 seconds into the fight. Yes, sir. Patty the freaking Batty baby is back. 1-6 strike to Benoit Saint Denis, 4 to Patty Pimblett.
I mean, it was awesome.
It was so awesome. It was poetic. It was exactly what Patty needed to do. He called it. Benoit thought he had Patty a little rocked. Patty baited him like a fish with a worm. I mean, straight into the guillotine, got it underneath the chin, flipped over the back, and made him go to sleep. Credit for not tapping. Always respect people who don't tap because that has to be the most difficult mental thing ever.
Yeah.
But he was out.
Killed him.
Yeah.
If the ref didn't get in there in time.
Yeah. I mean, Patty literally was like, hey, he's out. And
Yeah.
then the little arm flop. Yeah, Patty the Batty, fucking dog. Absolute dog. And he's gonna whoop Ilya Toporia's ass. Guys, what do you think of the fight?
I honestly was obviously a great fight. What he failed at was the call out. He could have made that so much better if instead of.
Well, yeah, well, you know why he did that though. He's trying to leave it open ended for him to jump Ilya and get a title rematch with Justin Gaethje, but
Yeah, but
it ain't gonna happen.
still,
You should have called out Ilya.
I know he still should have called out Ilya or just called out Justin,
Yeah.
something. He should have called somebody out. So, I thought that's the only thing. It was a great 30 seconds, which for the main event of the card, it was awesome.
Yeah,
It was the main event.
Chase.
I was really impressed with Patty. I'm glad we talked about this on the last podcast, how I was kind of trying to fade Patty so to get the win. I was super impressed with just his whole demeanor, how he came in. He looked lean, very focused and ready to go coming off of the last fight he had where Gaethje just beat the crap out of him. I think that, we're looking at a potential really cool fight between Patty and Ilya. I think that's hopefully the way UFC's leaning. Maybe have it at like the O2 Arena over there in England would be absolutely electric. But overall, I thought BSD would propose like a tougher challenge in this fight. And I think he kind of played it exactly how
Yes, it
Patty
was.
wanted him to. I mean, you saw he fainted him, and I mean, it was over real quick. So, was super impressed with. I was honestly really impressed with Patty's grappling, though.
All
I mean,
right,
it
and then the
was
main
it
event
was
was
one of the
just keep it
quickest
short and sweet. Conor McGregor,
submissions I
man.
think I've
I don't
seen.
think he was hurt before the fight. I actually I can't make my mind up. It's just unfortunate for Conor. I truly do think he's kind of turned a page in his
No,
life and was really trying to be back for this. I do think he'll be back. It was just his meniscus, but unfortunate to see it. But undoubtedly this can be the next fight for both of them. I think Max Holloway will fight Conor McGregor next, and Conor will fight Max. But yeah, that concludes UFC 329. I mean, that
Also,
hell,
why is that did he even land a strike on Connor?
let's see.
Because why wouldn't that be a no contest if he didn't get touched essentially and just buckled his knee?
It says 12-6 strikes to none for
Oh,
Max
really?
Holloway, 14 total strikes to Conor McGregor's 5.
guess. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah. To be fair, it still lasted longer than the Patty Bivol
did, yeah.
fight. So, that says a lot about Patty the Batty.
okay. What?
Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Will is presiding. So we have 5 topics that I have for each of you. It is a best of 5 series. So if someone wins 3 in a row, it'll be over.
Are we doing all 3 of them? Or all 5 of them? Or is it going to
No.
be
If it has to go to 5. No. Oh yeah, it is right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You will get penalized for being over a minute in your take. So make sure you keep track of that. Michael, the producer is in the building, so he will set a timer. So my clerk is here.
All right.
He is in the building. I do have some topics written down, but first, Michael, if you don't mind telling Siri to pick a number after Luke and then Chase give it. Luke, what is your number between 1 and 10?
6.
Chase. Chase went with 4. The number is 3. So Chase, you will go
4.
first. Luke will go second. These are all unrelated to each other. It's just sports topics. The first prompt is dum dum. Which team will LeBron James play for in the 2026-2027 season? Convince me you're right, gentlemen. Chase, you're up first. Okay.
Miami Heat. Here's why. They just landed Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Pat Riley said that that was the first of the first big fish that they're trying to land at Antetokounmpo's press conference, clearly hinting that he's going out and going to try to sign LeBron. They have a clear spot for him there in Miami. It'd be poetic for him to end his career there. I think he loves Miami. I think it's a good spot for him and his family. And I believe that he's going to go back to a place that's familiar. So either Cleveland or Miami. And I think Miami's the best fit because he can still be ball dominant because Giannis won't
Thank
command
you,
a lot of the ball. I think
Michael.
it's a good spot for him.
Defendant,
And I think he ends up leaning
where
towards
is
Miami.
LeBron going to be in 2026, 2027?
I think LeBron James will be a Philadelphia 76er. I think with the Jaylen Brown trade, he's going to get out of the West. I do not think he's going to be in the West. Why would you be in the West when the West is so loaded? So I think he's going to get out and go to Philly. You're going to have Embiid, Edgecombe, Brown, Maxey. I mean, this team is absolutely top heavy. And what better to bring in? He's going to want another championship. And I think this Sixer team has way more depth than the Heat do. I mean, the Heat is literally the Bucks with Giannis, but with warmer weather. If I'm being completely honest, that's all that is. So I think this Sixer team is better. I think the only thing is, yes, he has a connection with Spoelstra, but I think the Sixers are in a much better win now mode right now.
All right. The court rules in favor of the 76ers. The point's just, it makes more sense for him to go to Philadelphia. Luke, you have kind of convinced me of that. They are in a win now mode.
They're a much
By
better
what?
team.
By
They're
what
a
though?
much better
What
team
what are
right
we
now.
judging this
And
off?
to be fair, Chase, honestly,
So
the deciding
is
factor
who's
for me
gonna
is I think he wants to go somewhere
think
different. I
about
really do.
think
I
about
think he
this
wants
though,
to go
Will?
different. I think he's either going to be at Golden State or I think he's going to be in Philadelphia. No, why would he go back to Miami?
Do you personally know LeBron James? Because he's gonna be a ball. He could be on the ball again. He loves. He didn't like playing second
I
fiddle. What's gonna make him do that
He
even
wants to
more
win
in
another championship.
Philadelphia?
He is going to
Doesn't
have
matter.
much
He wants to be the
more
guy
of
still.
a
It's LeBron. How do we know that? Because if we could say he wanted to win a
why would he
championship in
not want to
LA and
go
he
win a
absolutely
championship,
hated
Chase?
being the
He
third star,
okay.
he wouldn't
If
like
I'm
he probably would
LeBron
be
and
the
I'm
fourth
42
best player
years
on that
old,
76ers
this might be
team.
my last season. I want to go win a championship. There is no reason I'm going to want, like, obviously would love to play with Giannis. But you get to play with Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, Embiid. I mean, Maxey, you're going to get to play with some studs. I think he would more likely want to win a championship. He's already said he's going to take the minimum. So
Yeah.
no, like, money's out of
I
it.
think the minimum, what he's
Kind
saying
of
is
is
take
kind of
the minimum,
saying
is saying
to
he wants to win a championship immediately. Chase, I'm not gonna lie, I was completely on board with Miami after you'd spoke. But yeah, the 76ers do just make more sense. 1-0 to Luke. These prompts are going to get kind of difficult. Name me a team that did not make the playoffs last year in the college football playoff that will make the playoffs this year. Luke, you get to go first.
All right, I'm going to say, do you have a timer?
Yep, 3, 2, 1. You may begin.
I think Notre Dame will end up making the playoffs. I think they're going to come out for revenge. I think they have one of the easiest schedules in college football, especially with this new Notre Dame rule that is pro Notre Dame. I think that Notre Dame, like, what is it? If they're in the top 10, they get an automatic bid or something. That's stupid. You join a conference. But it is catered to them, and I think it is a much easier path. Their toughest game is BYU, right? I want to say their toughest game is like BYU maybe. So they have a very cupcakey schedule. I really think that Notre Dame is going to end up making the playoffs this year. You have CJ Carr returning. Freeman's a great coach. Give me Notre Dame.
All right, that is an absolute wonderful take. That is actually the team I had in my mind. Chase, convince me otherwise. Why is Texas going to make the playoffs this year?
Oh shit, it's Michael.
Did I guess it correctly though? Is it Texas?
I have multiple reasons. One, the way Arch Manning finished the
I knew
season last year. Of course, it's Texas. You knew I was going to go with that. I do have one rebuttal to Luke's. I will say if Notre Dame loses a game, they're absolutely cooked for the playoff because that schedule and the strength of schedule is awful. So if they blow a game, they're in dire straits. But we'll talk about Texas real quick. We'll talk about the quarterback, Arch Manning, coming off as the end of last season was playing fantastic, and you just load around him the best skill positions in the country. You have two wide receiver number ones with Cam Coleman and Ryan Wingo, two great backs with Hollywood Smothers and the dude from Arizona State. I mean, they're loaded at every position. The O line's going to be good. The defense is going to be good. Will Muschamp is back. Fantastic defensive coordinator. Sark's going to be more focused on the offense than he was last season. I would expect play calling to be a lot better. This Texas team is going to be able to beat you on the ground, in the air, with just everything. I know the schedule's hard, but if they go 10-2, they will be in the playoffs undoubtedly. And I think that is for this roster, it is college football playoff, national championship or bust. So I think Chase, they will for sure be in the college football playoff, and I would bet $1 million on that right now.
But yeah, they can drop. I think they can drop that. Yeah, they can drop. That's it.
Oh, they do. Well, then if they lose Miami, then that's not a big deal.
Order in the court, please.
Outside of Miami, I thought they took that game off the schedule. Because everybody was talking
Chase is
about
going to be awarded that one. I completely agree. I think this is the best Texas roster we have seen in the modern era. I actually have very big expectations for Texas this year, at least 10-2, if not 11-1. Unfortunately, I do think Texas is destined to head to the college football playoff, especially after the way they ended their season last year. Absolutely reloaded on the staff. I mean, I think they're they're better than Notre Dame in my opinion. So I am going to go with Chase on this one. Weird one. Favorite niche sport to watch and why? Chase, you get to start.
Jeez, what classifies?
Well, I'm gonna drop my favorite niche sport to watch. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's curling. I think it's so electric. Every 4 years, you sit down, you don't know where these guys are from, and you watch them just pretty much mop or use like a Swiffer on the ground to curl stones into a target. It's so electric, especially when they're kind of like, especially this last Olympics when you've got guys that are talking shit over curling, cheating's going on. Like it was absolute scenes at this last Winter Olympics. Granted, it comes around every 4 years, but I think every 4 years, like it is a must watch. And I honestly, at the Winter Olympics, outside of hockey, I found myself watching curling the most out of any other sport.
5 seconds, Your Honor.
Abstained.
That would be a good one. Oh, that technically is a very niche. All right, I gotta ask the parameters. Is NASCAR classified as niche?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go.
No.
I think I've lost because I like watching curling too. I'm gonna pick a summer event because I do like the summer events better. I'm gonna go with swimming and strictly like the relay finals. I think I remember watching Michael Phelps growing up, and his dominance where that four-man relay came back against Australia, where the 30-year-old was on the tail and the dude was in his prime and he caught him. Katie Ledecky, one of the greatest swimmers ever. I like watching swimming. I had to go a bunch of swim meets for Joe. I can sit down and watch at least the swimming final. Like I'm not going to sit here and watch the other stuff, but I will watch the swimming final, and I think that's something that we can always beat Australia in. And for some reason, we're their rivals, and I don't know why, but it's just another reason to kick their ass. And we usually win the Summer Olympics too, which I think the swimming is that much more important. We don't usually win the Winter Olympics. So I rest my case.
The judge rules in favor of curling.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, I knew I lost. I mean,
There was a winning answer. My favorite niche sport to watch is darts, obviously.
oh my God.
Um,
I forgot about that. I know.
I knew I could have
Favorite
gotten darts
way
with
that I
you,
would
but
watch
I'd be
cricket,
lying if I said I watched a
for the
ton of darts.
PDC.
So
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with the darts. 2-1 chase.
Oh, tennis probably would have won that too.
Tennis is absolutely a niche sport in
Yeah.
America, at least.
Oh
it is
God,
absolutely a
that
niche
probably
sport,
would've
and
won.
I love watching tennis. All right, gentlemen. Question number 4. Who will be the next country who has never won a World Cup to win a World Cup? Luke, the floor
Give
is
me
yours.
5 seconds.
You can concede to let Chase go first, but it's just a disadvantage to you.
I'm not. I need to see who has not won.
There's only 8 teams that have won, so
That actually makes it way easier.
Yeah.
Spain, England, Uruguay, France, Argentina, Italy for me.
Croatia.
No.
No. Brazil, obviously.
Yeah, no, I need like 5 seconds, Chase.
I've got my
Might
answer
as
for
well
ready.
first.
the court will abstain. You have 10 more seconds.
Okay.
Tell me when I gotta start.
3 seconds. The court has started the timer.
Okay, I am going to pick. I think, honestly, I'm gonna go with the Netherlands. I think they might have one good year left. They got a crappy draw this year. Coming out
No!
of the group stage and playing Morocco. I think this is an absolute footballing nation. I think that they can easily, because Van Dijk's got one more World Cup in them. I think most of their stars have one more World Cup. They are an absolute defensive force. It's kind of shocking that they got eliminated in the first round, especially that we're going to see if they do expand this tournament. You're going to get a warm-up game. Then you're going to get kind of a second warm-up game, and you're going to get your mojo going. And hopefully one of these other top teams, like maybe in England, draws like a Morocco like they did in this last tournament. So I think the Netherlands have been one of the top nations in football, and they just have not won. I didn't know only 8 teams had won it. So Netherlands is my pick.
Fantastic answer, Plaintiff. Chase, who?
I'm kind of salty because that was my answer too, but I actually might have an even better one just based off the talent pool. I'm gonna go with Morocco. Here's why. They have kind of come out of nowhere over the last 15 years, and have really impressed the World Cup. The roster they brought to this World Cup was even younger than the team that went to the semifinals in the last tournament. Achraf Hakimi, kind of the captain of that team, is going to be a couple years older, but still I think he's only going to be 29 in the World Cup in 2030. It's going to be in their home country, so they will have already qualified. Um, I think that they could easily do it in 2030, being in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. They have a lot of fans across all 3 countries. You saw what happened in Qatar when the entire country of Morocco got behind them. And if you look at the quality in this Moroccan team, it's not going anywhere. Like Nusar Mazraoui from Manchester United was fantastic in the tournament. Saibari just signed for Bayern Munich, looking to be a Harry Kane replacement. Who knows what he could be doing in 2030? Like I think this Moroccan team, the way they play together and die for the badge, especially with a home World Cup in
Yeah, I'm going
2030,
to favor the
I think that they
Netherlands.
could be the next nation
I
to win a World
I
Cup.
just think that Morocco is one of those blips on the map, kind of like we saw with Croatia. I do not think they have a sustainable future in order to continue to compete at the level they are right now. I don't think the homegrown league is good enough. The Dutch league is a solid league. The Moroccan league is not. So I am going to go with the Dutch here, which makes it 2-2, which is, to be honest with you, I thought this was going to be a Chase thing. I thought Chase could have actually swept this.
See, I
Um,
kind of, yeah, I just
yeah.
got really lucky.
Well, he took my Netherlands. Like, there's nobody else
No,
outside the
for sure.
Netherlands
they
who
definitely
deserves
deserve
to win a World Cup more. Like,
to
they've
win
been
the
to
World
2
Cup,
World
and
Cup finals.
I do think in the next 8 years, it is a very realistic possibility we could see them.
All right, well, Chase is up.
No, I disagree. I don't think that we see a new winner for a while, just with the quality of France, England, even Argentina. They have some good youngsters coming up. Like,
I guess
it's
Chase
going
is
to be
first this
tough for a
time.
team that has
Chase
not won it
is-
yet to
I should
win.
have rolled with Texas. I knew he was going to go with Texas. I should have gone with Texas.
Look,
Pinching myself there.
Texas. Y'all have had, but y'all have both had very great sides to each argument, and it's kind of what I wanted to get into here. So, finally, our last topic of discussion. Chase will lead us off. Which NFL team that made the playoffs last year will not make the playoffs this year? Chase, go first.
You need to give him some time to research, brother. Yeah, you need
Y'all both. It's the last topic.
All right, let me look at the bracket
30
real quick
seconds.
because I need to make it.
look at it.
All right, give me a second to look up the playoff bracket. Okay, I'll make this real. It's clear as day to me who's not going to make the playoffs next year, and I'm going to roll with the Carolina Panthers. I think that they're playing in one of the weakest divisions in football, but you've got two teams in there that could be in flux each other year. I think Tampa Bay will be back this year, and better. I love Baker Mayfield, and this was a Tampa Bay team that was derailed by injuries through the middle of the season where they completely fell off. So I think Tampa Bay probably wins that division. Then you're looking at a wild card spot in the loaded NFC, where the NFC West has three teams that'll probably be challenging for it. Then you'll have the Eagles and the Cowboys, and then you'll have the Packers, Vikings, and Bears all challenging for it. I just don't see a way for the Panthers to win their division when you've got to compete with the Bucks, who will be good. The Falcons could be solid with another season of Michael Penix, and then for sure the Saints will be on the uptick with Tyler Shugg and the weapons that they've added there. So I think it's going to be tough for the Panthers to make
I'm
the
just gonna
playoffs.
say I won. My pick is going to end up being the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do not think they will go back to the playoffs. I think that the Ravens, there's no way they
Disagree.
will be there again. I think that the Bengals will be a little better. I mean, there's no way with that offensive firepower they could be that bad. And you got to think, like, I was between them and the Packers, honestly, because I think the Packers really didn't get better, and so much of the NFC did. I just don't think that. Who's their quarterback going to be? Will Howard? I mean, Rodgers, did he ever say he was coming back? And if he did, he's old. I mean, he's old. Like, Rodgers wasn't like Jesus last year. Rodgers was just very okay. And I think you can't have that be your kind of scapegoat. And I just don't think they're going to end up making the playoffs. I think that the above 500 kind of streak is going to end up come to an end. I mean, he's left.
Who is the Steelers head coach?
I can't even name him.
Mike McCarthy.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot it's by McCarthy. McCarthy.
Yeah,
Mike McCarthy.
But yeah, no, I
don't lose yourself in this argument. You have won.
Yeah, I
think the Carolina Panthers win the NFC South, Chase. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They are a very talented young. I think Baker Mayfield is the only.
You think the
this
Panthers are going to win the
Buccaneers
NFC
offense
South?
other than maybe Bucky Irving. I mean,
Hey,
they lost
Becca
their.
Ibuka.
They lost Mike Evans, who is an
Whoa!
absolute tanker for them on
Do you
the
not
outside.
remember
I mean,
that?
Mika Ibuka is fine.
See,
Ibuka is fine, but here's
Who
the
else do
thing.
they have out there?
This Carolina
Remind
Panthers.
me, bro. Who else do they have?
here,
This
I'll
Carolina
go
Panthers team.
I'll go more of the argument. I think
is
they
a
can both
dog.
make
What
the
are you
playoffs.
talking about?
I think that.
Oh, don't lose you again now.
No, you said
Whoa!
there is more
Here's the
of a
thing,
chance of them both to make it.
I think the
Panthers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
And hold on, Remember, Mike McCarthy
I think the Pittsburgh
is
Steelers are going to be
historically
atrocious.
overachieved with rosters and
I
is
think they're
known to
going to
make
be
the playoffs. I think the Steelers
atrocious
for
this
sure.
year.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? I'll put a bet with you guys. Like, you could give Luke the win tonight, but we can come back to this
I
video.
will
It's
100%
July
take you up on that.
16th.
What are we putting
I
on it?
guarantee you the
pulling the
Panthers have a
roster.
worse
I'll
season than
make
the
it.
Steelers.
Depth chart. So yeah, they got Rodgers, Warren, they got Rico Dowdle, they got Metcalf and Pittman. So they got a good receiving core. Yeah, but you got it like
It's
they
such
have.
it's
It's a.
such an old team.
It's
Pittman's a dog
it's
too.
unks. It's literally. I'm looking at.
There's Tony
unks.
Nichols, Jalen Ramsey, dude.
I mean,
Have you seen their
Unks
schedule?
are typically
Pittsburgh's?
successful. Let me read you this
it's
Panther.
bad.
It is a absolute gauntlet.
Yes,
New
I've seen their
England,
schedule, but
then
let
they
me
play
also
Tampa
read you
Bay.
their depth chart.
They play.
They're going to play the
Yeah, well,
Panthers.
you need.
So you're telling me a
look,
wide receiver trio of Tet McMillan, Jalen
I think they have
Coker,
an
and
easier
Xavier
schedule, Chase.
Leggett
I'm not, I'm just,
is something?
And the fact that I think Dave Canales is an excellent play caller and coach. I think we saw Bryce Young take major steps, which I want to shout out me and the producer. Yes, me and the producer called this, that he would take bigger
No.
steps and lead them to the playoffs, which he did. I understand he didn't have a good statistical, but if you look down the stretch,
You want to hear Bryce Young's
he
stats from
played
last
in
season?
big games and he won them big games.
I mean,
he won them games.
Look.
Yeah, they almost won the wild card against the Rams. Like we all
For a
forgetting
body
that.
of work last season, he
Look,
threw for
y'all both
3,000
made
yards,
great. I mean, y'all had
23
the two
touchdowns,
correct answers,
11.
obviously.
I think the Packers could have been in there.
I think I also
I think the Packers are
think
gonna
the
drop.
Packers are going to miss the
They-
playoffs this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't
I
get
think
better either.
The
They
Cowboys-
are. I got the future
Yeah,
on.
damn right.
I
They're
got the future.
Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter. Cowboys winning the
But
Super
yeah, that'll
Bowl.
do it. Let's get into hot night, guys. My hot are Eagles. Not the Philadelphia Eagles. I eagled today. On the golf course. I holed out from 100 yards. I did not think I thought I had a really good shot and I thought it was tight. Then I thought I was off the green because I didn't see my ball. And then I saw my ball mark 2 feet away from the hole. And then I looked at the hole and my fucking ball was in there. And I literally jumped. My knee hurts because I jumped so high. Because I mean, it's the first of my career. And I mean, I never thought the day would come, to be honest with you. To get an eagle, let alone a hole out eagle on a par
Electric.
five was pretty awesome. My night is a tickle, dude. I mean, we've already been over this. You know, actually, in this podcast, I've decided I want to can him, but I guess we'll let him have the Euro run. If he wins the Euros, all is forgiven. Luke, what's hot night?
So my hot is Jordan Walker. I bet on Jordan Walker to win the home run derby. Jordan Walker won the home run derby. I mean, the dude's got aura. He's got stones. I mean, he looks like he's 38 years old. He's divorced twice. He's got child support payments. I mean, dude looks old, and he's only like 24. And the shout out Will's knee thing, when Jordan Walker won, I kicked the side of my bed, and I had a bruise on my ankle for like 3 days. So, yeah, it still kind of hurts when I run. But, yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal comeback. No Cardinals also won the home run derby, which I kind of thought was strange with some of the sluggers we've had.
Pujols, you would have thought.
Yeah, even Mark McGwire. So,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody ever won it. And even with Jim Edmonds freaking used to mash the ball too. Jordan Walker was amazing, especially in front of killing Philly fans. I hate Philadelphia in general, so they were able to kill some Philly fans. It was awesome. Now, my knot is going to be Harley/Toyota. It is not the Harley you think. I have a guy at work, and his name is Harley. This dude smells like he has not showered in 3 weeks. I shit you not. It is ripe. It like you walk by and it's like you literally just got freaking uppercutted and you've been knocked out. I mean, also, dude tried to tell me today he's a tweaker, by the way. Like he's a tweaker. Like he asked what my faith was. I said I'm Catholic, and he goes, "Oh, the Catholic religion's fake." And I'm like, "What?" And then he just goes on this rant about how which they did do. They touched kids, and how that discredits everything. And I'm like, okay, if you look at every other religion, they've all had some sort of scandal like that for the most part. Anyways, There's a bunch of stuff. It's mainly that he smells and he's really shit into his job, and he's probably about to get fired, and he's been with us for a week. So
A week?
yeah, he no showed on his second day, which is like a big no.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's
yeah,
a fireball offense.
yeah. So then he called out on Monday. He fell asleep on break, and nobody had his phone number because our boss like went out of town to Miami, so nobody had his phone number. Literally fell asleep for 2 hours.
Went out of town to Miami, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Wonder what boss man
No,
was doing in Miami.
his brother's getting married. But anyways, like
Hey.
fell asleep. Then so I'm going on a rant. This shit's been pissing me off all week. So he calls out Monday. I don't know why. Apparently, he just wanted to sleep. Or Tuesday he called out. Wednesday he calls out because he said he had to go to court. Then he said he went to court, but he said because he didn't bring his ticket to court for some which why you don't bring your ticket to court. I feel like that's kind of common sense. I don't know. I've never been to court, but he's like, yeah. So I went to court, and then they sent me to the lady since I didn't have a ticket, and the lady was on vacation, so they couldn't I couldn't go to court. I don't know. Is that any sort of factual statement to that?
I mean, traffic court's so remedial, but yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on at 201 Poplar. I won't get into it.
Okay. Well, anyways, like that was his reason for missing. And then like today he came in 20 minutes late, and he smelled like he hadn't showered at all. So that's my main gripe with him is he does not shower. And it's like you could tell if like you've been working hard, and you stink, and like you got that like
Yeah,
the BO from work, but like he smells like he does not know what soap is. So yeah, and then my other knot is Toyota. I'm supposed to get 2 years of free oil changes and services.
Hey, was our oil change free today?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
sir.
charged me for the oil change, so I got to call up there tomorrow to settle this crap. I sat there for an hour and a half. And they had it's not they didn't have to change. They had to change some stupid air filter, which probably did not even need to be changed. I've had my truck since Thanksgiving. I barely have 10,000 miles on it. That is my night.
Jay, it's hot not.
Well, I'm going to start off with Lionel Messi. I mean, I think it's pretty clear who the greatest of all time is. He's doing kind of what Tom Brady did towards the end of his career. Like Messi was always in the conversation prior to the 2022 World Cup. Um, After his Copa America win, once he finally won something for Argentina, he was easily in the conversation for greatest of all time. But man, I mean, winning a World Cup and then having the success he's having in this World Cup at 39. I mean, it's just unreal stuff. I think that he's kind of showing like he has the club career to show that, he's one of the greatest. But now, I mean, just with this international stuff, he'll leave this tournament as the highest, unless Mbappe scores a ton against England, but he will leave this tournament as the all-time record World Cup goal scorer. He has everything. I mean, this dude is unreal. So congratulations to Messi. Fantastic career, and he's kind of convinced me he's the GOAT, and this is coming from a Ronaldo guy. So, and then unfortunately, my nod is Thomas Tuchel.
I
Sack him,
know what he
especially with
said.
what he
I
said.
know what he said.
I mean, Will, he said he had no regrets, that the team played great. Like,
Yeah,
get
I
this
kind
dude
of
out of
was
here.
too.
He's a
I was gonna
clown.
go
But
into a whole rant
I'm
about
done
it,
speaking
but
on
I
Thomas
kinda, like,
Tuchel for today.
Fired my knot. So
Yeah, I got the rant out for y'all. I got
yeah,
y'all.
fuck, you're fired up. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, well that'll do it for episode 77. Until next time, have a good night.